Deep time is something that we're not used to in our everyday lives there. But when it comes to exploring geology, it's an absolute necessary tool. Like the lens of a telescope or a microscope, deep time is also a lens. And in this particular case, we can look at Uluru through deep time, the lens of deep time, and we can actually see Uluru as matter in motion. It is in constant flux. We don't see it because we've got such short lives, and that's understandable there. But if you were to sort of penetrate your vision and your mind into the rock, you'll see the real true nature of it, that it's constantly moving. And you can see that as an analogue, as a demonstration by the beautiful waterfalls that would occur whenever it rains behind us. So we're on the western side of Uluru during the sunset phase, and I'd like to demonstrate deep time using our artist in residence, Ben Beaton. So if you'd like to take your position here, this is Ben, and he's going to be the universe for us, in fact. So if you just want to put up your arms straight out like Jesus Christ, if you like. So there you have the universe. Ben is the universe. He is 13.8 billion years old. He's looking good for someone who's looks or is about 40 years old. It's about 40. About 40, looking good. So in fact the reality is there's hydrogen atoms inside Ben that was back at the Big Bang there. So in reality that's how old he is. So this is where it all happened for the universe 13.8 billion years ago. At this particular point we have inflation and the universe expanding, and this is the arrow of time heading in that direction towards the present, moving through and to this point here. And this is where it becomes really important for us here on the planet Earth, because that's when Earth was formed 4.6 billion years ago. When the shoulder becomes the arm is when the Earth was formed. And shortly after that, at about the bicep here, this is when life first took a foothold onto the planet there. It was a bit of a hellhole. Extremophiles there, we'll probably see some of them right there. Life is audacious, and so that's the beginnings of who we are today. Anyway, about here at the elbow, this is where the supercontinent cycle begins. About well, we have evidence for 3.1 billion years actually up in the Pilbara there, and then we continue down towards the present day, halfway down the forearm. This is where the story of Uluru really starts to kick over. This is the supercontinent of Nuna, and that is about 2 billion years ago. So remembering deep time encompasses all the way back to the Big Bang many billions of years ago, and we continue our story down to the wrist. And the wrist here is important here because this is Rodinia, nice lumps there that represents the large mountains that would have been formed as a result of the supercontinent there. And then we continue down to around the first knuckles there, and that's Gondwana. Gondwana is the Petermann orogeny. This is the formation of Australia as we see it today. And then we continue down down to the first knuckle. About here actually is Pangaea, and that's the Alice Springs orogeny. And this last knuckle here, the middle finger, in fact, let's have a look at that, is the last 300 million years that has unearthed Uluru that we know today. And Ben's fingernail right at the tip there, and let me demonstrate, that's us. That's us at this point of time. So this rock here demonstrates the sandstone of Uluru there, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to scrape it off. So that's me and you, and that's deep time.